On a runway in South Korea, a sleek fighter jet powers up its engines, the KF-21 Boramae, the country's most advanced aircraft. But when it takes off, it isn't flying alone. Shadowing its wings are smaller, unmanned aircraft. These aren't scouts or decoys. They're AI-powered wingmen, designed to fight alongside human pilots in what's known as MUMT. For years, South Korea has watched tensions rise with North Korea and China. To keep pace, Seoul isn't just building jets, it's building AI partners that will redefine how wars are fought in Asia's skies. So what exactly is MUMT? MUMT, or Manned-Unmanned Teaming, is a strategy where human pilots command AI-controlled drones in real time. Instead of a single fighter jet acting alone, the pilot becomes the leader of a small squadron. A loyal wingman to scout ahead, another to jam radars, another loaded with missiles. Together, they create a force far greater than the sum of its parts. For South Korea, this strategy is revolutionary. While the KF-21 itself isn't yet fully stealth, pairing it with AI wingmen creates an effect close to a stealth fleet. Drones can take risks humans can't, soaking up enemy fire while the manned jet coordinates the fight. The KF-21 program began as a way to modernize South Korea's Air Force without depending entirely on US F-35s. First unveiled in 2021, the Boramae, meaning hawk, is a 4.5 generation fighter, combining stealth features, advanced radar, and weapons compatibility. But as rivals like China push ahead with AI drones and loyal wingmen, South Korea saw the future. The KF-21 alone wasn't enough. That's where MUMT comes in. By integrating AI wingmen, Seoul is essentially giving every pilot a digital squadron. And in a region where numbers matter, China's Air Force already dwarfs South Korea's, this multiplier effect could be decisive. So how does it work in practice? Imagine a KF-21 pilot flying near the Yellow Sea. On their display, icons represent unmanned wingmen flying in formation. With a few commands, the pilot sends one drone ahead to probe enemy defenses, another circles wide to flank. A third carries long-range missiles waiting for a firing order. The pilot doesn't have to micromanage every move. The AI handles navigation, threat detection, and evasive maneuvers. This frees the human to think strategically, while the drones execute tactically. It's a partnership where the strengths of humans, judgment, creativity, restraint, are combined with the strengths of machines, speed, precision, and expendability. The benefits are obvious. First, survivability. If an enemy launches missiles, drones can absorb the hit instead of the manned jet. Second, cost. Each KF-21 costs tens of millions of dollars. A wingman drone might cost a fraction of that, allowing South Korea to field more combat assets for less money. Third, scale. A squadron of 20 KF-21s could effectively become 60 aircraft when supported by loyal wingmen. For a nation facing both North Korean unpredictability and Chinese expansion, that scale matters. But there are risks too. AI wingmen must make split-second decisions: when to evade, when to counterattack, when to sacrifice themselves. If algorithms malfunction or misinterpret radar signals, they could escalate conflicts unintentionally. Imagine a drone firing on a Chinese jet without approval, sparking a crisis over the East China Sea. Even more worrying, adversaries could hack or jam these drones. An AI wingman turned against its own formation could be devastating. That's why South Korea is investing heavily in cybersecurity, encryption, and what engineers call explainable AI, systems that remain predictable under stress. And South Korea isn't working alone. MUMT is also a focus for NATO and the US, with programs like the XQ-58 Valkyrie and Skyborg already in testing. By aligning its KF-21 wingmen with Western systems, Seoul hopes to plug seamlessly into Allied operations. In a future conflict, American, South Korean, and even Japanese jets could command mixed swarms of AI drones across the Pacific. This interoperability is crucial. Wars in the Pacific won't be fought by one nation alone. There'll be coalition wars, and AI networks must speak the same digital language. So why is South Korea moving so fast? The answer is geography. To the north, North Korea's missile and drone programs are advancing rapidly. To the west, China's Air Force is expanding at a pace the world has never seen. In between lies South Korea, strategically vital but numerically outmatched. Traditional solutions, more jets, more pilots, aren't enough. AI offers the multiplier effect Seoul desperately needs. And by pushing MUMT forward, South Korea isn't just catching up, it's aiming to leap ahead. Let's imagine a scenario. It's 2028. A North Korean missile battery is detected preparing to fire. A squadron of KF-21s scrambles, each with 3 AI wingmen in tow. The drones fan out, scouting the terrain and jamming enemy radars. One wingman identifies the battery and dives in, drawing fire. Another launches a precision missile, destroying the site. The manned jets never come within range of danger. In minutes, the threat is neutralized, not by overwhelming numbers but by smart coordination between man and machine. This is the future South Korea is preparing for. But the bigger picture goes beyond the peninsula. China is watching closely. A South Korean Air Force boosted by AI wingmen isn't just a local threat. It's a potential ally in any Pacific confrontation. Combined with US and Japanese forces, MUM-T could create a coalition air power advantage that even Beijing would hesitate to challenge. For that reason, South Korea's KF-21 program isn't just about national defense. It's about shaping the balance of power in the Pacific. Still, the risks of escalation are real. If AI wingmen miscalculate, or if adversaries misinterpret their actions, crises could spiral out of control. Unlike human pilots, AI doesn't weigh politics or restraint. It acts on data, and in high-tension regions that could mean disaster. That's why South Korea stresses human oversight. For now, AI wingmen won't fire weapons without approval. But as the pace of warfare accelerates, will humans always be able to keep up? Here's the haunting possibility. One day, a KF-21 pilot may launch with wingmen so advanced that they no longer need instructions. They'll fly, fight, and adapt on their own. The human will be there as a formality, but the real battle will be fought by machines. When that day comes, will pilots still be commanders? Or will they just be passengers, carried along by the algorithms deciding the war around them?